Yo, what is up YouTubers, it's S&D Gaming. We're back today to be looking at the new Incursion, the Dragon's Nest. This is a really brilliant incursion. Now the video is fast forwarded just to speed things through because you don't want to be watching 30 minutes of me fighting. So basically what you need to enter this is you basically need at least 2 guys running sticky bombs to push those enemies back. You want a guy to have the bag, which I call the handbag, but the medic bag was immune on, because you're going to need that for when there's fire, so it basically immunes it out, which will work a lot effectively on the last boss. And you need to make sure you've got heal as well, and you want to be using triage ability as well, where you dip in and out and it increases your skill recharge. So, going to the actual game, the game is pretty straightforward in the idea that you mainly, for the first part of it until you get to the boss, are just going through the enemies. So while you're shooting through the enemies, there's a couple of things you need to make note. First of all, you need to be killing the engineers first. The engineers are most important because the engineers let off little drivable vehicles that have got bombs in them. Now those things can pretty much one-hit you regardless of how tough you are. So it's definitely essential you kill them. And in the case they do come near and you get a bit on fire, then the immune box comes brilliant as well. So always keep dropping that immune box whenever you can basically, because it really is an essential part. Now at the first little bit when you go into the first section, you're going to come across 3 big bosses, well, sizably bosses. They're big like the ones that carry the flamethrowers. There's a couple of those out. What you want to be doing is clearing out all the engineers you can, setting yourself on a ledge on a higher ground and waiting for them to come out. Now it's essential you take the big bosses down as fast as possible. So you're going to be putting in a lot of pain to take out those enemies. Once the enemies have taken out, then you're just basically thinning in people out. So the raid's pretty simple in this idea. You don't have to worry too much about, any mechanics. The only mechanics at the end is the part where you need to flip switches. So basically I'm going to tell you all about the actual raid, and I'm going to give you all you need to know, and you can watch the fast forwarded thing to see the ending and everything else, just to see that it did play out. And the main thing is the actual boss. Now the boss is a fire truck that shoots a lot of flames at you basically. It'll shoot rockets into the sky which will drop down and it'll set the ground afire. So don't try running away from it and thinking, oh my god, I'm going to burn to death. What you want to do is you want to shoot your heel on the floor, and you can stand in the fire all day long as you're dipping in and out of the heel. So make sure you drop your immune bag to counter-attack the fire, you keep shooting your heel on the floor and then standing in and out. If you ever did the actual raid for the previous one, where there was the glitch where you went behind the actual APC and stepped in and out of the actual health using the triage perk, that's a similar thing you're going to be doing. So you're going to be basically in the middle of the room doing that type of effect. And once you get the indication to hit the switches, 2 of you guys will go left, well, 1 should I say go right, 1 go left basically, and you just hit the switches. We was doing it on a countdown of 3, 2, 1, hit it, just to make sure we was in sync. I'm not 100% sure if it has to be really tight, but we seem to got it pretty well. There is also to note that just before you enter the final boss stage, when you flip the first 2 switches and it blows a hole in the actual wall, watch out by going down that hole, because we had to restart the actual section because we got stuck there for some reason. For some reason when you drop down it can make you stuck. So in the case that does happen, you're just going to basically have to wipe. But looking at the actual raid itself, it's kind of simple like that. If you have any questions, please fire them back to me. I will help you out as the best I can. Hope you guys are not struggling too much with this, and stay tuned for my further content. My level is slightly low at the moment, but there's a reason behind that. I am saving up all the underground caches, and I'm going to be doing an open up video of a shitload of caches. So stay subscribed guys to watch that, and let's see if I get some actual quality items. So what do you guys think of this raid? To me, I think it's probably one of the best ones out so far. It's not too difficult, it's not annoying, and I could play this again and again and feel quite comfortable. I am looking forward to the challenge mode being activated. I'd like to see what type of things they're going to throw in, and hopefully they might throw in a couple of extra mechanics to make it a little bit more difficult. But once again guys, let me just go over the basics with you. Just kill the engineers first. I can't stress how much you need to do that, because as soon as they're dead, it means less cars coming at you. Just keep your eyes out on the floor, look for those cars. If they're coming to you, just get the fuck out of there. Because like I says, those things pretty much one-hit you, and you definitely don't want that. Okay guys, hope you enjoy the video. Stay tuned for the next time.